If you make book videos, I think we can all agree that taking a thumbnail with a lot of books is the most terrifying thing in the entire world. And it's also, it's just stressful. See, this is life. Hold on tight. This is a dream. It's all I need. Is that Hannah Montana? I feel like I can say that today is the most exciting day that I've had in 4 months. Which may not be true, but I'm saying that because I haven't been to the bookstore in 4 months. I was on a book buying ban the whole entire summer, so now we can finally go back to the bookstore and buy books. And I love the bookstore, it's just so relaxing. I'm still in my comfy clothes for today. We are not going to the bookstore yet, probably in a couple hours, but I did buy books online and I got some books at Target yesterday, so I did want to show those to you first before we go to the bookstore and pick up whatever books I get there. Just because I've been looking at this box for a couple days now and I just want to hold these books in my hand. Getting right into, I guess, the first portion of the book haul. I have this box from Book Outlet. If you don't know what Book Outlet is, they have super cheap books. I think their books are at least 50% off, and some of them go up to 80% off. So I buy from them a lot. They're not in perfect condition, so if you like perfect condition books, then I suggest not buying from them. Usually they just put a little dot on the top of the pages to sell them for cheaper. I ordered from here because I was looking for the second book in the Crave series by Tracy Wolff, which is like a YA fantasy romance series. I read the first book last month, but I think the second book, like, they're coming out in paperback now, so I have the first one in hardcover, so I want to get them all in hardcover. When I looked up the second book online to find a hardcover book, they did have it on Book Outlet, so that's why I ordered that book and multiple other ones because I needed free shipping. So, you know. Okay, so first up, I've done this once before. I feel like maybe I've done it more than once. I got Empire of the Damned by Jay Kristoff. This is the second book in the Empire of the Vampire series. I thought it was the first one, and I noticed as soon as I clicked place order and the screen loaded, it was like, oh, your order's confirmed. And then I looked at this book and I was like, oops, that is the second book and I don't have the first one. The first one is on my fall TBR and I want to get to it soon. I read the first book in the Nevernight Chronicles trilogy by him, so I want to read the next 2 books in that. I'm actually planning on picking up the second book today when I go book shopping. I want to get through that trilogy before I start this one. So yes, I have book 2 now. I don't know. I've done this before with A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. I'm not gonna read anything in this because I don't want to know what happens in that one. Next up, I have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. There's actually a Walmart sticker on this one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this one came from Walmart. And so far, these don't have any dots on the pages, so sometimes you get lucky. I have not read any Ashley Poston yet. I feel like all her books give pretty much fall vibes. I've heard great things about all of them, so I'm really excited to start reading books by this author. This is about a ghostwriter who works for romance authors in the industry, but she breaks up with someone and then she doesn't believe in love anymore. Suddenly she has to go back home to deal with family issues, and then I guess she sees a ghost standing in some parlor. I believe they have a romance, which sounds so crazy. I've heard great things, so I'm very interested in this. I'll probably get to it in the fall, but I feel like there's a lot of books that I say that I want to get to in the fall, and it doesn't last forever, so. Next, we have Crush, which is the book I was talking about. This is the second book in the Crave series, so this one does have the little mark on top. These ones are cool because they have deckled edges. I used to hate deckled edges, but I really, really like them now. The more that I read books with deckled edges, I'm just obsessed with them. But this is Crush. This is the second book. This is just a fantasy, like, vampire romance series. Then I got Everything I Never Told You. I read another book by this author. It was Little Fires Everywhere, and I really enjoyed it. It was kind of a slow read for me, just a literary fiction novel. I loved how it wrapped up, so I wanted to read another book by this author, and this one is about a Chinese-American family living in a small town in Ohio. They have a daughter named Lydia, and they are just expecting the best out of her. They're expecting her to live a great life and be super successful. Her body ends up being found in a local lake, so then you're just following the story after that and trying to figure out what had happened, and I guess it's some sort of kind of a mystery. When I read Little Fires Everywhere, her book was kind of laid out like that. You don't really know what you're getting into. You just have to read through the story to find out how everything connects. So you really have to be patient with her books, but it's very rewarding in the end. This one's also on my 2024 TBR, so if I read this by the end of the year, that'll be good. Lastly, from Book Outlet, I have Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the, I believe it's called the Alex Stern trilogy. The third book, there's no information on when that's coming out, but this is the second one. I have the first one, it's Ninth House. I haven't read it yet. I want to save it for the winter time. I just wanted to pick up the second book because it was available on Book Outlet for cheaper, so I figured I would get it there. The series is a dark academia series. I've heard a lot of people have mixed reviews about it, but I think that I'm really gonna like it. I've heard it's a very slow start to the series. You don't really get into the story until later in the first book, but I've heard a lot of people really, really love it, the ones that stick through. I think that's gonna happen to me, so I'm very excited to get into this series. Okay, so we have 5 books from Book Outlet, and then yesterday I went to Target. They're having their buy 2 get 1 free sale right now for like the Target Circle Week, which by the time you're seeing this video, I think the deals are gone, so I'm so sorry if you do not know about it and you missed out. Don't blame me. There were some books there that I was thinking about getting at Barnes today, but Target's books are cheaper. They're 20% off the regular price, and then hardcovers are 30% off the regular price. And then I have a red card, so I get an extra 5% off. It was buy two, get one free. So I did pick up 3, and these are books that I want to get to very, very soon. So the first one is Business Casual by B.K. Borison. This is the 4th and last book in the Love Light Farm series, and this is the fall book in this series. They all follow a season. This one is about our main character, Nova. She's opening a tattoo studio, and then Charlie is a banker, or he works with money, and he is going to help her start up this tattoo studio, and then they form a romance. I think they just want to do like a one and done thing and get each other out of their system, but it doesn't work that way, so they can't stay away from each other. I'm so stoked for like a tattoo studio setting. I think it's gonna be super cool. Hopefully that's in there a lot. I'm very excited to see the series go. I've had like mid feelings about these books, but I just enjoy the series as a whole. I think it's a super fun concept that they all follow a certain season. I definitely recommend the series if you have not read it yet, if you're just looking for like a light romance read. And then next I got Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. This is the second book in the Boys of Tommen series. I just read Binding 13 in my last reading vlog actually, and I really enjoyed it. I got attached to the characters so fast, and I need to see where their stories are going. This will also be, I wish I could read 10 books at once because I want to read this at the same time as I want to read so many of these books, but that's not possible. This is just a YA sports romance, rugby related, and it just deals with a lot of heavy topics, and you're following our characters through their lives and what they deal with, their relationships, their friendships, and it's just so sweet and wholesome and also very deep and emotional. I'm really enjoying this series. And then lastly from Target, I got A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I am planning on reading this one before The Dead Romantics or 7-Year Slip. I don't own that book. I think I want to read 7-Year Slip after this one, but I did want to pick up this one first. But this one is about our main character, and she is traveling somewhere. Her car breaks down outside of this little city, or in this little city. Why did I say little city? Small town. She soon realizes that the small town is from her favorite book. It's literally the exact same thing. She's meeting all the characters in that book in real life, which is, I feel like it's every book lover's dream for that to happen. So it's definitely a unique concept. I really am intrigued by the concept of this. I think this has a little bit of a romance in it also. That is the last book from Target. And then I did also want to mention I had a pre-order. I don't remember when I placed this order. This was just a paperback version that I wanted. I didn't want the hardcover of this. This is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I just wanted to show you because I did get this recently, and I figured we'll just do like a collective book haul. But that is it for the books now. Now we are going to get ready and go to the bookstore in a little bit, and then I will come back and do another haul. I will see you at the bookstore or when I'm getting ready to go, and then we will do some more shopping.
The smoothest stones, sitting with the river's bones, glimmer with the white of passing light in this unknown. And sprouting seeds, pushing through the forest green, making up their way, and day by day they'll turn to trees. Winter falls just as spring to summer's call, and we do that, we're just human after all. Sun or snow, all the life it seems to know, and all we have is just part of how it goes, how it goes. This I know. Little birds jumping out the nest to learn you're never gonna fly, but staying high in this unknown. And timid stars waiting for the after hours, painting with the light, showing every night this unknown.
Alright, we are back. It is the day after I went to Barnes, and this was totally going to be a bookstore vlog, But the footage I got, I barely got any, first of all, and it was just really bad. I'm not proud of it. You already know by the title, but I changed the video. I'm definitely just making this video a book haul instead. But looking at the bright side, that means we can just go to the bookstore again sometime soon and actually do a bookstore vlog where I'm not overwhelmed. There was just too many people in there, and I hadn't been in 4 months. And they were doing the double and triple stamps, so it was busy. But I did go, I picked up some books, and I'm going to show those to you right now. I have all the previous ones that I talked about earlier in this video back there. The one that I really wanted, they didn't end up having. It was God's Grave by J. Kristoff. It's his second book in the Nevernight Chronicles. I think I talked about that earlier. They did have the third one, which it was very dumb of me to not get the third one because they were doing the triple stamps. I could have just gotten it then. I still got some good ones, and I got all books that were on my list. So first up we have A Reign of Rose by Kate Golden. This is the third book in the Sacred Stone trilogy. I'm very sad to see this series go, but I was looking at this yesterday, and in the very back, this last page, it says there's a new series coming soon. I don't know when. Hopefully very soon. Hopefully soon means soon, because when I talk about this is so me, and I cannot. It's called Half City. First of all, it says welcome to Harker Academy. So we're getting an academy setting, which I absolutely love. And then it says an urban university specializing in training demon hunters. Are you kidding me? That's literally Mortal Instruments. I love the Mortal Instruments in an academy setting. I cannot wait. I can't. Then I got Just Last Night by Mari McFarlane. I'm sure if you watch Haley Pham, you've seen her talk about this author a lot. I actually had this specific book in my want to read list on Goodreads for a long time. I never picked it up, but then after I saw Haley reading all these books by this author and rating them very highly, I think she's given most of them 5 stars, it upped this on my priority TBR. But this one is about a group of 4 people. It's Eve, Justin, Susie, and Ed, and they've been friends since they were teenagers. They're now in their 30s. Eve has secretly been in love with Ed. She just thinks that she should move on by now and stop thinking about it. But then I guess their lives change forever. A lot of secrets come out with this friend group, and she thinks that these friends are not what she thought they were at all. So then someone from her past comes up, and I believe maybe the romance is between them two. That's just what I'm gonna guess. But then her life is going in a new direction, and she's just recovering from the loss of this friend group, I'm assuming. I'm hoping I love this so I can read more books by this author. Next is a book that I've also been wanting for a while. This is Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Sujimura. This is translated from Japanese. I have seen this book around a lot. You may know it by this cover right here, the pink one. I don't know if they've sold that in stores before, but this cover just came out, which it is a glossy cover I'm not too much of a fan of, but my favorite color is blue, so I like the color scheme of this one a lot more. I just feel like this is gonna be something that I really love. It says it's very Studio Ghibli-esque. It deals with a lot about adolescence and getting through those younger years when you're having a rough time. It says bullied to the point of dropping out of school, Kokoro hides in her bedroom. All of a sudden her mirror in her room begins to shine, and she touches it, so she gets pulled into this kind of fairy tale world and away from her lonely life. The castle that she gets pulled into has a room that can grant a single wish, but it says there are rules to be followed and breaking them will have dire consequences. Her and 6 other students spend time in this sanctuary in this castle, and they begin to unlock the castle's secrets as well as each other's secrets. This book is about loneliness, friendship, being broken. I really think that is something that I'm gonna love. I love those topics in books, and if it's done to where it can really touch me, then I end up absolutely loving the book. All right, and then lastly from Barnes, I finally picked up a classic. I've read classics before, but I haven't read one in a while, and I just want to read one on my own time, kind of for fun, you know, because you read them in school and they weren't necessarily for fun. It was for a grade, and you had to pick them apart and question everything that you were reading. So I never really picked up classics for fun, but now I feel like I'm in a position where I can definitely do that. The one that I figured would be the best for me starting off is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have not seen is it a movie or show? I haven't seen that, and I also don't know much about this. I just know that we're dealing with Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet. That's literally it. I have no idea. Originally, I wanted the Penguin edition of this one, which is just like half of it is black and then it has a title on it, and then the top has the pictures. I'm sure you all know what the Penguin classics look like. They had one copy of that, but it wasn't in good condition, and this was the only other one they had, so I ended up getting this one instead. And it's very pretty. They also had other ones. I don't know if they were other Jane Austen novels. I would assume that they were. I didn't look at them too much. They each had a very beautiful design on them, and they go together. So if I like this and I want to pick up more, I can get those ones, and they'll look very beautiful together. That is that, and that is my book haul. I now have 13 books added to my collection. I'm very happy because I finally feel like I'm in a position where I'm buying books that I actually feel like I'm going to enjoy. I didn't think it was possible for me to enjoy reading even more, but I'm just finding such good books lately, and I'm really having a good time. That is it for this video. Sorry that the bookstore vlog portion was not good. We'll do another one. I'll go and have a little cozy fall book shopping day. Let me know in the comments what the last book you bought was, and with that being said, I will see you in my next video, whatever that may be. I hope you have a great day or a great night wherever you are, and I will see you later. Bye.